Okay, so the continuation of the breakfast babble. I'm driving to go get my seedling. So let me go ahead and catch you up on where we left off. So I was in breakfast. Oh, right. So the night before last, I went in the kitchen and was trying to see what was for dinner to see if it was worth me eating dinner or having to buy dinner, because most times it's not anything I want to eat, or I'm tired of eating it, or I'm just not gonna eat it because of my health consciousness. So I went in the kitchen to find out what they were having for dinner, and they were having beef stew with cornbread. So one of the other girls in the kitchen, she was like, well, can we have it over some rice? And the lady was like, well, ain't no rice. And she's like, well, how about over some noodles? And all the noodles were stale. Then I was like, well, there's no milk. I know there's no milk. There's never any milk. I was like, there's no milk for the cornbread. And she's like, oh, well, guess when I have a cornbread. So I know that the director had been there. So I wanted to catch her before, sorry, somebody was doing some really dumb driving. So I wanted to catch her before she left and ask her, you know, can you go to the other side where all the good food is locked up and get us a bag of rice, or see if there was a gallon of milk or something over there? And she pretty much just looked at me like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I explained to her that we're trying to have cornbread. You put that on the menu, but ain't no milk to make cornbread. And people would like to have their beef stew over some rice. So long story short, I told her I would go to the store. Is there some petty cash or something you can give me so I can go get that? And so her response was, I don't have anybody that can go to the store. And so I took my keys out my pocket and dangled them and was like, hello, I just said I can go get it and run back. Oh, well, all I got is a debit card. Mind you, I'm only going to get some rice and a gallon of milk from Aldi's, which is what, all of $5? You ain't got $5 in your pocket? And this is a shelter you run so you can fully feed people? Anyway, I pretty much knew that's how it was gonna go in the first place. So I went ahead to the store, picked up the rice, picked up a whole gallon of milk for less than $2, a pound of rice for less than $2, and brought it back to the shelter so that we could have a complete dinner of some sort, since it didn't include any vegetables other than what was in the stew. It's not even driving that's got me at silence right now. I'm like, this lady is like, how do you, first of all, call yourself a pastor? Second, not give a damn. It's some rice and a gallon of milk. You ain't got no money for no rice and a gallon of milk? And she looked at me like, I don't know what to tell you. And that's exactly how she looked, because I promise you, she can be a reformed crackhead or heroin addict. No, not at all. She's still using. And if she ain't using whatever the stuff they give you, so that, like the methadone clinics, that is worse than the real drug. So as far as I'm concerned, you're still an addict, and you should not be in charge of a shelter. I don't know how you get to be in charge of a shelter. She's the founder and the executive director, but supposedly she has now stepped down and doesn't take a salary for it or whatever. But you don't have no credentials to run a shelter. You don't even care about getting people milk or rice so they can have a complete meal, or fresh fruits and vegetables, or any type of programs to help the people in the situation. I have not gotten one housing recommendation, housing list opening notice. I haven't had one bus card. Matter of fact, the bus cards are told that they don't give out bus cards. You get bus cards. We've seen them. The other shelters get bus cards. The other shelters get wonderful food. Matter of fact, I'm going to post it because I'm part of another shelter program, Breakthrough Ministries, which is awesome, who, has wonderful food and programs and resources for the ladies that stay there. Unfortunately, they only take single ladies, and I can't go there with my son. So anyway, that's the wrap up on how I ended up buying a gallon of milk and the rice for the entire shelter, so that we could have dinner, and just how much Pastor Kennedy of You Can Make It don't care that we make it at all. There's some more stuff, but I just want to tie that together, and later.